Well, hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers. My name is Kanav Bali and you are watching the CricketNext YouTube channel. We are here to discuss India versus New Zealand second test match which will be played in the city of Pune. बहुत सारे सवाल हैं और ये सवाल स्पेशली इसलिए खड़े हुए हैं क्योंकि पहला टेस्ट मैच इंडिया चिन्ना स्वामी बेंगलुरु में हार गई है एंड नाउ there's a question of team combination, there's a probable 11, how would the pitch behave, and then will India lose a test series after 12 years at home? They have been winning 18 consecutive test series. This is the 19th one. They are already one test match down. There are two more to go. You can see the key talking points on your screen. We'll talk about them one by one. In this live, I have with me Vineet Ramakrishnan and Taus Rizvi, and we'll take the pitch, the combination, test record at home, fortress, everything into discussion. Hi, Vineet. Hi, Taus. Thank you so much for connecting with us. Vineet, I'll start with you, and we'll start with the pitch. Usually महाराष्ट्र में we have seen it's a red soil pitch, but कहा जा रहा है it's a black soil pitch now, जहाँ पर bounce थोड़ा low होगा, spin थोड़ी ज़्यादा होगी, थोड़ी जल्दी होगी. Few days back we were talking about the fact कि Washington सुंदर क्यों लाए गए हैं और ये आप it was you who said maybe India will go with four spinners. So how do you see the pitch behaving in the next test match?
Yeah, from a pitch perspective, it's very much clear that what India got at MHN Swami Stadium favored New Zealand Quicks, and they exploited those conditions. So one down in the series with just two test matches to go, uncharted territories for Team India, so to speak. हालांकि पहले test matches, पहले series के पहले test they have lost earlier 2017 and very recently 2021, but they had that window of comeback with three tests. So this is another area where a bit of pressure would be there for India. So keeping that in mind, India will try to take every possible advantage that they could. And Pune pitch, whatever we have been hearing from the reports for the past 2 days, pretty much clear that it is going to be a very spin friendly wicket, low bounce turner. So yeah, India is going all guns out in terms of not leaving any stones, unturned in terms of getting a win, because a win is necessary. Otherwise, their streak would be in serious peril of getting broken. So they don't want to leave any stones unturned, and that is what the idea is. And you talked about Washington Sundar. We discussed this in our last previous session. We are definitely going to see a lot of spin. Kuldeep, you already saw Kuldeep, Ashwin, and Jadeja in that lineup. It could very well be a Washington Sundar coming in, or even Akshar Patel makes a compelling case if you want to shore up that batting lineup. We'll come to the playing 11 discussions later, but even if you want to shore up that batting, Akshar Patel also makes a compelling case for that playing 11. And from a New Zealand perspective, also, I mean, they'll be very much happy with what they saw in Bangalore. They would know what the conditions would be in Pune, so they'll probably get in one extra spinner, Mitchell Santner, most likely just because of the conditions and just because of how the pitch is going to look like. But these are theories, right? We'll have to see when the back game starts to actually see how the pitch turns out.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And this is obviously playing 11 is a big question mark, but we'll come to that. Taus, I'd like to bring you in here. You have been covering a lot of cricket in Mumbai, in Maharashtra, around. You have seen the Pune pitch a lot of times, be it in live or television. How do you expect this pitch to behave? How do you expect a Pune pitch to behave? If there's someone, a viewer of us of ours, who has no idea about Pune pitch, how would you describe it to him?
It's going to be a typical Indian wicket, how it used to be. We remember, Kanav, we had a chat after India lost that game. So immediately we were the first one who to say that India would come out with back-to-back turning rank turners. तो अब ये तो ऑब्वियस है कि वो रैंक टर्नर्स ही प्रोड्यूस करेंगे और कल का वैसे ही रहने वाला है जो शायद फर्स्ट डे से ही टर्न करने लगेगा, व्हिच वुड हेल्प इंडिया. ऑब्वियसली दैट हैज बीन आवर स्ट्रेंथ. अगर ऐसा हमारा लाइक इफ वी वुड नॉट हैव लॉस्ट दैट टेस्ट मैच, पर्टिकुलर टेस्ट मैच, द फर्स्ट टेस्ट अगेंस्ट न्यूजीलैंड, they would have continued with that, saying that going ahead with this confidence that we can bat in those conditions, we can face the good fast bowlers, we can face good fast bowling, New Zealand's fast bowling, then we will have the confidence of facing Mitchell Stark और बाकी सब fast bowlers के. तो चैलेंज एक्सेप्ट कर लेते और 46 ऑल आउट नहीं होते तो सिनेरियो कुछ और ही होता है. शायद आपको यहाँ पर स्पोर्टिंग ट्रैक यहाँ पर भी देखने मिलता, मुंबई में भी देखने मिलता. तो यहाँ पर देखिए मोस्टली फ्लैटर ट्रैक्स होते हैं यहाँ पर, महाराष्ट्र में रन्स आते हैं. ऐसा रैंक टर्नर स्पेशली टेस्ट मैचेस के लिए इंडिया में बनाया जाता है, क्योंकि आप डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट में भी देखेंगे, डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट में नेचर नहीं होता कोई भी विकेट का कि यार नेचुरल है कि फर्स्ट डे से टर्न होने लगी, मोस्टली बिकॉज दे लीव ग्रास, दे and that's why you see high scoring matches, that's why you see first innings wins of different teams. There are hardly outright victory unless they come out with स्पेशल एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी एफर्ट, या कोई ऐसा होम टीम छोड़ दे एक ड्राई विकेट। तो यहाँ पर वैसा होने वाला है कि वी आर गोइंग टू प्ले ऑन टू आवर स्ट्रेंथ, व्हिच इज स्पिन एंड व्हिच इज आवर आई मीन which is what our bowlers are used to. So I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow, and nobody should be. Why they should be? Why India should take any chances? If there was any scope of going ahead with the same wicket, with the same kind of flatter deck which offered assistance to the New Zealand fast bowlers in the Chinnaswamy Stadium, and that
Yeah.
was thanks to the overcast conditions as well. So they would have gone ahead with it, like 1-0 lead hota, India would have gone कि हम पूरा कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ खेल सकते हैं, हमको कोई हरा नहीं सकता है, अब हमारे पास कॉन्फिडेंस है, अब हम ऑस्ट्रेलिया हो या मिचेल स्टार्क हो या कोई भी, हम सबको फेस कर लेंगे। मगर सिचुएशन वैसा नहीं रहा ना, 46 ऑल आउट होगी। तो अब यहाँ पर मेंटालिटी में चेंज आया है, स्ट्रैटेजी में बदलाव आया है, अब यहाँ पर जीतना है। अब यहाँ से, क्योंकि द थिंग इज दैट इट्स द एक लिस्ट किया था आपने, 4 लिस्ट किया था उसमें, उसमें इंटेंस रेस टू द WTC इंटेंस फाइनल बिकम्स वेरी इंटेंस। तो अब इंटेंसिटी बढ़ गई है वो रेस की, चूंकि आपके पास रिजल्ट आपके फेवर में नहीं थे। यू कुड हैव वन 3-0, दैट वाज द प्लान कि हम 3-0
Yeah.
जीतेंगे, हम घर पे खेल रहे हैं, वी हैव आवर टीम, we are taken confidence from the 2-0 win against Bangladesh. It's a solid
Yeah.
side with Virat Kohli back. अब पहले मैच के बाद पूरा बदल गया है। अब
Yeah.
हमको मैच जीतना है, हमको दूसरों पर भी डिपेंड नहीं होना है, तो हमको 3-4 मैच जीतना है, ड्रॉ भी कराना है। तो अब आप
Yeah.
एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे फ्लैटर ट्रैक्स, ये ट्रैक्स वो ट्रैक्स, कुछ नहीं होने वाला। 2 टेस्ट मैचेस में आपको टर्नर्स मिलेंगे, रैंक टर्नर्स, जो पहले दिन से शायद 10 बॉल भी हो सकते हैं, और न्यूजीलैंड को तकलीफ होने वाली है। दे आर गोइंग टू यू नो आई होप वी डोंट टेस्ट, जो कहा जाता है कि यार हमको हमारी दवा का खुद ही स्वाद ना मिल जाए, ऐसा हो। बस आई विश
Yeah,
दैट।
but I
नहीं
think
तो
it's safe to say that India has gone back to its default settings of having the spin tracks where they are a superior side as compared to all the traveling side, especially a team like New Zealand. But बहुत relevance है इस मैच का विनीत. There's a lot at stake, and we'll talk about both the key factors. If we go on to lose, how will it impact us? We'll start with the next talking point here. Race for WTC final gets intense. Every match in WTC is of utmost importance. We were cruising. Bangladesh ke khilaf we won 2 test match. We were thinking, okay, this is a 3 match test series. We'll win all 3. We'll win a match here and there in Australia. We'll go and play the WTC final. But उस प्लान पे पानी, लिटरली पानी फिर गया था बेंगलोर में पहले दिन तो पूरा. उसके बाद न्यूजीलैंड ने जिस तरीके से खेला, डू यू थिंक this is a pressure that will impact the Indian team? And अगर यहाँ से हारते हैं, do you see India cruising to the WTC final or not?
Yet, even in the last WTC cycle, if you remember, India were in a situation where they had to win their last series against England, and you saw the kind of performance they put in. You saw the kind of talks around the pitch. So I don't really think that it's a kind of a situation where काफी pressure में आ गए. This is the same pressure they had. I think WTC cycle in itself is such that you जितने भी आप lead कर रहे हो, because of that percentage point being calculated rather than the wins and everything, every team will have a chance, I think, till the time they play their last series. And even for somebody like in India who've been in cruise control mode in test cricket, at least in India, they still have that thing कि यार आखिरी में एक away test खेलना है. So I don't think that देखो pressure रहेगा, but I don't think they will be overwhelmed or overwrought by that pressure. It still should be fairly easy for India. Losing this game, definitely, I mean, the implications would be much greater in terms of you'd end up ending your 20th 11-year streak at home and all of those things. But theoretically, you don't you won't be thinking of that. Not even the Indian team ki हार गया तो क्या होगा, वो जीतेंगे ही
Yeah.
जीतेंगे, वो तो है ही है. What happened in Bangalore, we have to remember it. It was kind of a perfect storm for India, right? Conditions
Yeah.
favorable मिल गए. New Zealand, some decision blunders, India could have batted first and all
Yeah.
of that. Look, New Zealand
Yeah.
exploited that thing. That was the key thing New Zealand did. अब यहाँ पे आके
Yeah.
दोबारा वो करते हैं, we don't know. I mean, looking at the two pitches now,
Hmm.
they are going to be given in Pune and in Mumbai. Look, in
Hmm.
you could have this argument: the New Zealand Pacers were probably at par with the Indian Pacers, but when it comes to spinners, that's a long gap. So I don't really theoretically think that India will lose this series or the match that we are discussing. Implications to WTC, look, एक आई तो रहेगा ही रहेगा, and it's not that complicated for Team India. For somebody like a South Africa, let's say if they manage to win against Bangladesh, they'll still be in the race. With I think Bansala producer was telling us that South Africa does have a very easy affairs matches going
Yeah.
ahead, so they could be in the race
Yeah.
as well. Australia, BGT, they'll go all guns out, all guns blazing. So usme agar India falter big time, then Australia has a chance. But even then, for India, they secure a 2-1 victory in New Zealand. Heading into BGT, they'll be fairly, at ease in terms of WTC. They'll then think more of
Yeah.
BGT, retaining the BGT, or retaining that BGT or trophy more than the WTC. So wo complications, I don't think it's too much worry for Team India. But then again, back of the mind तुम्हारा रहता ही रहता है, and that is where you are seeing, the kind of pitches जो पुणे में आपको दिखेगा. It's not just about that streak, it's also about WTC. It's also about maintaining that dominance at home. It's also about trying to giving
Hmm.
out that statement that India is not an easy place to come and have a win, take, and you go back. That's not going to happen. So it's more about making a
Yeah.
statement rather than thinking about all these complications. By the time BGT comes in, maybe they'll start thinking WTC dekha jayega, but
Yeah.
I don't think Ambir and co would be thinking of it too much in this current series.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, very well said. Taus, I'd like to bring you in here. As Vineet said that WTC, even in the last cycle, we saw how India sort of reached to the finals. They had to win a series, they won it, and they this is a place they have been, and they often come out as the better team and go and play the final. But आप यहाँ से न्यूजीलैंड से मैच हारते हैं तो ठीक है, WTC तो आप फिर भी ऑस्ट्रेलिया से जीत के आप फाइनल में जा सकते हैं. यू हैव दैट लिटिल स्पेस, छोटी स्पेस है, यू हैव दैट स्पेस. बट अगर आप ये मैच हार जाते हैं तो अ 12 ईयर रिकॉर्ड, 2012 वाज द लास्ट टाइम इंडिया लॉस्ट एट होम अगेंस्ट द इंग्लैंड साइड लेड बाय लिस्टर कुक. और 18 टेस्ट सीरीज की स्ट्रीक अब तक जो मेंटेन किया इंडिया ने, अथॉरिटी मेंटेन किया कि हर टीम इंडिया आना चाहती है, इंडिया को इंडिया में टेस्ट सीरीज हराना चाहती है, वो टूट जाएगा. न्यूजीलैंड विल बी अ साइड who travel to India and beat India in test match. Do you think वो प्रेशर उनमें होगा? WTC ठीक है वो आगे हैंडल कर लेंगे, but do you think this pressure might play a certain role in this test match for India?
इनफैक्ट दोनों प्रेशर होगा. मैं एक प्रेशर का तो बात नहीं करूंगा, क्योंकि दोनों प्रेशर, बिकॉज यू नेवर नो यार, यू ब्रिंग ऑस्ट्रेलिया नेक्स्ट इन द नेक्स्ट सीरीज, राइट? एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया, when ऑस्ट्रेलिया एट होम, इट्स वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट. That's why I keep on saying that the Ajinkya Rahane victory was a miracle, and everybody knows that it was a miraculous win. So nobody guarantees, especially I mean, even England can't guarantee that they can win Ashes in Australia so easily. So वो
Yeah,
प्रेशर तो रहेगा यार, क्योंकि आप 5 में से 3-4 जीतने की बात कर रहे, तो इट्स अ टास्क, इट्स क्वाइट अ टास्क. फॉलोड बाय दिस स्ट्रीक, ये तो मेंटेन ही करना है कि you won't have, you can't allow any other foreign team to come and win and
hmm,
break that particular streak. And Rohit Sharma won't, because he's had a very very good season and he would like to keep that intact. So I think there will be too much pressure. Yeah, it's not just
hmm,
about winning this series. It's about winning this match. It's about winning this series,
hmm.
followed by the WTC worry and the the 11-year streak. तो
Yeah,
ये मिलकर इतना सारा ये प्रेशर बहुत क्रिएट करेगा. और ये एंड में ऐसा नहीं कि यार वो दिमाग को लेके बैठ जाएंगे and they'll sit down and they'll start banging their heads on the walls and start thinking यार अब हमारा कोई वो नहीं. ऐसा नहीं होता स्पोर्ट में. स्पोर्ट में ऑब्वियसली दे विल एक्सेप्ट द प्रेशर कि यार चैलेंज है, ये आपको एक्सेप्ट करना है और ये आपको एक्सेप्ट करके आगे बढ़ना है और इसका सोल्यूशन निकालना है अपने स्ट्रेटजीज के जरिए, अपने कॉन्फिडेंस, अपने बिलीफ के जरिए. एंड दैट इज व्हाट इट इज. दैट्स व्हाई दे आर प्रोड्यूसिंग. इट्स नॉट दैट कि इंडिया इज इंडियन बैटर्स आर ग्रेट प्लेयर्स ऑफ स्पिन. इसलिए मैं बोला कि ये खुद के मेडिसिन खा जाए, को वो नहीं होना. If they dug their own grave, they might also fall in it. So it's a double-edged sword. Turning tracks, rank turners are like double-edged sword. तो यहाँ पर कितने लोग कन्विंसिंगली ऐसे विकेट्स पे खेल सकते हैं कि आप स्वीप भी कर सकते हैं या आप स्टेप आउट करके इन द लाइन आके मिस नहीं करेंगे. तो ये दोनों टीम का होने वाला है. बट चांसेस इंडिया के इसलिए हायर है बिकॉज वी हैव बेटर स्पिनर्स. वी हैव
Yeah,
बेटर
yeah,
बैटर्स हु कैन स्पिन. क्योंकि आप देखेंगे न्यूजीलैंड के बल्लेबाज, आई मीन द टॉप ऑर्डर बैट्समैन, दे वर स्वीपिंग स्पिनर्स सो कन्विंसिंगली इन द लास्ट गेम. तो अब जिसकी
yeah.
स्वीप्स, जो ज्यादा बेटर स्वीप खेल सकता है वो ये विकेट्स पे सक्सेसफुल होगा. और जिसका ज्यादा पेशेंस है. तो लकीली वी हैव क्वाइट अ फ्यू यंगस्टर्स हु कैन प्ले. ऑब्वियसली रोहित शर्मा कैन प्ले एंड विराट ने एक दो ग्लिम्स दिखाया था कि यार वो स्वीप खेलने का. तो शायद वो कॉन्फिडेंस वो पर्टिकुलर शॉट का लेके जाए आगे, क्योंकि डजंट प्ले स्वीप रेगुलरली. तो आपको वो
Yeah.
डेवलप इवॉल्व करना पड़ेगा अपना गेम की यार हमको यहाँ पर कैसे ये सिचुएशन में कैसे खेलना है. तो इट्स नॉट जस्ट अबाउट द अदर प्रेशर्स, इट्स ऑल्सो द प्रेशर ऑफ दैट विकेट. वेदर इफ दे विन द टॉस, दे हैव टू बैट फर्स्ट, get maximum runs, because the wicket is going to get tougher and tougher and tougher, and it's going to be
Hmm.
very difficult to chase or keep a set a target, a strong target. It's going to be a competitive one, a closer
Yeah,
one.
but
जो इस तरफ भी जा
uh,
सकता है वो उस तरफ भी जा
yeah,
सकता है.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. This match can go anywhere, but वो डर is the big factor. और ठीक है, team as a unit it can cope, but I often wonder as a captain Rohit Sharma when he's alone, क्या वो ये सोचते होंगे कि यार I don't want to be that captain who lost a home test series after 12 years. I don't want to be that leader. वो tag वो कोई नहीं चाहता अपने ऊपर. But then again, we'll have to wait and see. And fortunately and hopefully this won't happen.
मतलब
But
आपने
yeah,
आपने रोहित के मीम्स देखे हैं? इतने मीम्स आते हैं ट्विटर पे रोहित के बात करते हुए. तो आपको लगता है वो ये सब सोचते ही हैं कि यार प्रेशर लेके? आई डोंट थिंक सो यार. आई डोंट थिंक सो ही वुड.
yeah. You never know. You never know. It's not an easy job, India captain. Obviously, he has that front that he's a very chill guy. He's a very your big brother vibe. But as a captain, you often think you don't want to be that captain who loses a home test series. But yes, we obviously, hopefully, that won't happen. As an Indian fan, and everybody would be hoping that. Next, if we move on to the next talking point here, uh, probable 11 and spin caught it in fray. As I said in the beginning, Vineet was the one when we were discussing Washington Sundar का क्या role है, क्यों लाया गया है, क्या purpose है. Gautam Gambhir in today's press conference said that we needed one more bowler who can take the ball away from the New Zealand batters since they have a lot of left-handers in the squad and he can also come in handy. Washington Sundar scored a brilliant 150 recently in a Ranji Trophy game, batting at number 3. So it means that he's a handy batter. Obviously, we have seen what he did in the Gaba Test a few years ago for the Border Gavaskar Trophy. But probable playing 11 पे आते हैं Vineet, and this is, I think, this is the main question. ऋषभ पंत को गौतम गंभीर ने फुली फिट डिक्लेयर कर दिया. ही विल बैट एंड ही विल कीप विकेट. तो वो जो हम परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन लगा रहे थे, कौन कहाँ कैसे खेलेगा, ऋषभ पंत अगर कीपिंग नहीं करेंगे तो वो साइड हम रख सकते हैं, ऋषभ पंत कीपिंग करेंगे. दिस इज अ प्रॉबेबल प्लेइंग 11 वी हैव पुट आउट. But you are please feel free to change, not what you think India will put, but if you are in that position, Vineet, if you are in the team management, if you are in the leadership group, what will be your ideal playing 11 for the test in Pune?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, India have two big headaches in this test match heading into whatever they want to choose for the playing line. One is Shubman Gill returns. Who do you send out? KL Rahul or Sarfaraz Khan? The other is, of course, when Washington Sundar comes in, do you play that extra spinner or you keep it with your three spinners, two pacers? Other question would be the meddling returns of Mohammad Siraj. Kya we see Akashdeep coming in place of Mohammad Siraj. Let's first, I'll try to give my opinion about Shubman Gill. If Shubman Gill, we saw he was at the nets and everything, so he's sure to come back in. Pant ka to clear ho hi chuka hai, he'll definitely be there. So it's would be up to KL Rahul or Sarfaraz Khan. Now the interesting thing here is Sarfaraz Khan again, 150. Amara, you had that Ranji knock of 222 as well. Rollicking form. Recency bias के हिसाब से आप कहोगे यार सरफराज खान को खिलाना चाहिए. But KL Rahul, what in the last 6 tests he has had 2 centuries, 250s, 1 century knock, which is decent enough. So there's no merit in terms of कि यार वो कोई ओवररेट नहीं कर रहा है यहाँ पे केएल राहुल या सरफराज खान. It will definitely boil down to what the Indian team is thinking in terms of what they want to get out of that particular player. As I had said in my previous lives before, Indian team has a lot of faith in KL Rahul, so I think they would they would stick to KL Rahul just to give him more game time. And for me also, ठीक है, Sarfraz Khan with all his flamboyance and all his bombastic batting, you see कि यार खेलना चाहिए, he should be a shoe-in. But I want more stability in that middle order rather than that क्या कहते हैं enigmatic और मतलब हल्का सा हो रहता है. Rishabh Pant also plays in a similar manner. I'm not saying it's a hit and trial, but consistency लाने में थोड़ी दिक्कत होती है. The kind of style of player Rishabh Pant और Sarfraz Khan go about. So I look for consistency in the middle order, which I could see it from KL Rahul. You should not give it to him कि यार 12 मारे vis-a-vis Sarfraz Khan ने 150 मारा. Also remember Sarfraz Khan got out for a duck also in the first innings. So that consistency factor is what would favor me to make a case for KL Rahul. Secondly, I would definitely want to see an Akashdeep coming in for Mohammad Siraj. Because of the meddling returns of Mohammad Siraj in the 13 test matches he hasn't had many wickets. Akashdeep on the other hand has been able to exploit that Indian conditions. Bhale hi starting mein sahi, he has been able to do that. And Mohammad Siraj he still, as I said earlier, still have more value in an Australian pitch. Akashdeep may not play in Australia. It could be Mohammad Siraj. So abhi ye time ho sakta hai ki to give him a rest, saying ki yaar you've been there, you haven't had the best of forms with the ball also, take a rest for this test match, get your mind cleared. BGT mein tum ho hi ho, so Akashdeep might not be a bad choice in terms of coming in. Coming to the spinners, Washington Sundar, fair point, as Gambhir mentioned. अगर आपके पास एक और extra bowler है who can take the ball away from the left-handers, well and great. I'll try to bring in Taos का जो point था कि sweep मारने वाले ये लोग अच्छे हैं, Newzealanders. And in the Pune pitch, bounce थोड़ा low होगा तो high percentage shot हो जाएगा sweep, right? So all more easier for them. So maybe that could be the thinking, but that would be very drastic to change up that combination of Ashwin, Jadeja, and Kuldeep. I don't see, this is the best try of spinners, irrespective of the conditions that India can field in a playing 11. Washington Sundar, आप horses और courses के लिए ला सकते हो, left-hander, right-hander. I don't know. Yeah, Ravichandran Ashwin has what equal number of left-handers and right-handers in his wicket tally. So that's not a stat that I'll focus more on. This is the best trio of spinners that India can field, which is Ashwin, Jadeja, and Kuldeep, and I think they will go with these three only.
We'll have to wait and see. But this is a good combination. But you talked about Sarfraz and KL Rahul. Vinit, how do you drop someone who scored a 200 and a 150 back-to-back? But obviously with a zero in between, but so did KL Rahul. Rahul also got out on a duck in that innings. But how do you tell a youngster who scored a brilliant 200 in the Rani Trophy, played a domestic match, scored a double century, comes back, scores 150 against New Zealand at an international level, and then you say, okay, we'll have to drop you because we are backing someone who has been, if not horribly out of form, he is underperforming than you. How do you tell this to Sarfaraz?
Just to bring that point, I think I missed कि आप कैसे आप सरफराज को बोलोगे. Very simple reason, boy, you will have to bid your time. That's about it. You came in as the substitute for a person who was injured, which is Shubman Gill. If Shubman Gill come back, then you are the one who should be dropped. That is the point here that should be taken. A youngster ने 150 आके मार दिया तो it's no guarantee that he should have his place. Of course, everything points towards a Sarfraz Khan, but KL Rahul, as I said, and you are saying underperforming, but I am saying that's with that even small sample size, it's been a decent performance. कोई eye-catching performance नहीं आया कि 150 नहीं मारा, but as I said, 250s century in the 6th test. Decent enough, I'm saying, and I'm looking again, as I said, you're looking for a stability in that thing, so that is the reason why I would say. And क्या बात है सरफराज को बोलने के लिए, यही है, you are a youngster, you will get your time, you came in as a substitute for Shubman Gill, the guy comes back in, you are the first person who should be out, simple as that.
Yeah. Taus, I'd like to bring you in here. Obviously, I'll love to ask the entire playing 11, your playing 11 for this match. But let's start with KL Rahul, Sarfraz. बहुत टाइम से डिस्कस कर रहे हैं हम. It's been what the last 5 days, 6 days. राहुल के बारे में तो काफी टाइम से कर रहे हैं. Your one answer for tomorrow in your playing 11, what will be the batting combination, and then we'll talk about the bowling combination in your 11.
Yeah, right now series is on the line. यहाँ पर हमारी records break हो जाएंगे अगर 11 साल बाद न्यूजीलैंड जीतेगी या कोई फॉरेन टीम आके जीतेगी, एंड सडनली you ask an informed batsman to go out and continue with a batsman who's low on confidence, is not getting runs. So that will be, harsh on Rahul. But then Rahul will be has been backed because for a certain reason that he's going to play in Australia and he's a better batter to who can play in those conditions. So why not go for horses for courses? Courses. This guy is more convincing on these kind of wickets where the wickets are slow turners. He can play sweeps. He can cut the ball. So let's go for horses for courses instead of reputation and things like that. I mean, and I think Rahul will also understand. भाई मेरा फॉर्म नहीं चल रहा है तो थोड़ा रेस्ट देने में कोई प्रॉब्लम भी नहीं होगा, एंड ही वुड बी फाइन सिंस ही इज अ सीनियर प्रो. He knows कि यार when not in form what happens exactly. He's been a captain, he has rested a lot of players, also he has asked the players to sit out, so that won't be a problem, I guess. And that shouldn't be an issue considering they are playing for Austria, for their own country, right? So
Yeah.
better combination works right now. And going by 11, I think there is a need to change. Mohammad Siraj has to make place for Akashdeep because that was one of the reasons why we couldn't, win the last Test match. Maybe apart from 46 all out, we and Jasprit Bumrah's two wickets, there was no second bowler who could make that impact with the new ball. Akashdeep has been making an impact every time. Every time he has a new ball, he takes up 2 or 3 wickets, and he forces the batsman to be on the back foot most of the time, चाहे वो कैसे भी track हो. And the best part is he's a disciplined bowler, unlike सिराज जो विकेट डालता है मोस्टली लाइन भूल जाता है जब उसको पढ़ने लगती है. So that is one problem that he has to come up with. But why do you need 3 bowlers? I'm amazed by Gautam Gambhir who wants to take the ball away from the left-handers. When you have a leg spinner, a Chinaman bowler in Kuldeep, and an Ashwin who can take the ball away from the left-handers, why you want a third one? 3 spinners are fine. Make your batting stronger rather than going for or maybe one thing you can do कि ठीक है, अगर तुमको इतना ही वो है तो 4 स्पिनर खिला दो, एक बिठा दो, या तो नंबर 3 शुभमन गिल अगर वापस आ रहे तो नंबर नहीं आ रहे तो शुभमन गिल वॉशिंगटन सुंदर को 3 पे खिला दो, तो एक ऑलराउंडर एक्स्ट्रा मिल जाएगा, एक फास्ट बॉलर बैठा दो. So why you creating a lot of troubles, a lot of pressure for Jasprit Bumrah? So again, right? Jasprit Bumrah अकेले नए बॉल से डाले. This guy also can bowl with the new ball, right?
Yeah.
Washington Sundar, he knows more than a bit. He's been there for a long time. He's played domestic cricket. He's bowled with the new ball. He knows the trick how to get. He can trip the ball. बॉल अंदर आती है फिर बॉल बाहर निकल जाती है. तो एग्जैक्टली यहाँ पर मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि इनका कॉम्बिनेशन कहाँ से ये लेके आ रहे हैं, क्या स्ट्रैटेजी बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, क्या ये कन्विंस है अपने बैटर्स के साथ, स्पिनर्स के साथ. मैं तो अभी फिलहाल इनकी स्ट्रैटेजी से कंफ्यूज हूँ कि यार अब एक तरफ तीन बॉलर चाहिए जो बाहर निकाले, बट अब दो स्पिनर चाहिए जो बाहर निकाले, बट तीसरा भी तो है ना कुलदीप यादव जो आपको रेस स्पिन देगा, एडवांटेज देगा. तो
Yeah.
simply, I will go for Shubman Gill, 2 fast bowlers, and KL Rahul and Sarfraz Khan, and 3 spinners. That's it. Rest is a regular side. KL will have to give the way because I think he's low on confidence, और ज्यादा परफॉर्मेंस खराब होगा तो उसका कॉन्फिडेंस और जाएगा. तो लेट हिम रेस्ट. ऑस्ट्रेलिया में फ्रेश आएगा, फ्रेश एटीट्यूड के साथ, फ्रेश अप्रोच के साथ जाके वहां पर अपना रन्स दिखाएगा. He's done well in South Africa, right? He's got runs against
Yeah.
the best,
Yeah.
toughest of the fast bowlers. 100 मारा है उसने. तो he's more
Yeah.
comfortable playing in those conditions. तो यहाँ पर रिस्क लेके फायदा नहीं, उसको कॉन्फिडेंस ऑटोमेटिकली जाएगा. तो I will take.
Yeah, man, this has now become the talk of the town. This KL Rahul versus Sarfaraz Khan. This is the thing that has been doing rounds on social media for the last 5 to 10 days, and everybody have been giving their own opinion. Obviously, Gautam Gambhir has come out and said that social media team नहीं बनाती. आप करते जाओ, आपको जो भी opinion देना है Twitter पे, Insta पे, whatever fights you want to have, there is a team management who will take the final decision. If you ask me, well, all the backing that they are saying, I have a feeling they're going to drop Rahul tomorrow. after all this backing word, because I think it's tough to drop Sarfaraz Khan, and I don't think Rohit Sharma will do that. But okay, that's the fun of it. That's the fun that we all think, not just us, all the viewers think differently. And I would like to request my viewers to write to us in the comment section down below. What do you think should be our playing 11? And especially this question of Rahul versus Sarfaraz, who will be in the playing 11? अगर दोनों होंगे तो क्या कॉम्बिनेशन होगा, ये भी बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग टेक है. एंड वी हैव टेकन द प्लेइंग 11 फ्रॉम बोथ आवर एक्सपर्ट्स. जो हमारा लास्ट टॉकिंग पॉइंट था वो यही था कि गंभीर केएल राहुल को बैक कर रहे हैं. कोट आपने देखा गंभीर ने क्या बोला है केएल राहुल के बारे में. एज आई सेड, ही very categorically said that social media does not matter one bit to the team. What the team management and the leadership group thinks is very important, and he believes KL Rahul is batting really well. He had a decent knock against Bangladesh in Kanpur, and he just need to score big runs, and we all know his capability. Well, I think this is the same line that has been doing rounds. We all know his capability. That is the reason he is being backed. But before we end this live now, I would like to ask both my panelists here, win the toss, बैट फर्स्ट और बॉल फर्स्ट, व्हाट इज योर ओपिनियन? क्योंकि ये डिसीजन पिछले मैच में बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर था. हम यूजुअली इग्नोर कर देते हैं, इंडिया है, इंडिया को इंडिया में पता है क्या करना है. पिछले मैच में बहुत बैकलैश हुआ था कि आपने बैटिंग क्यों ली उन कंडीशंस में. न्यूजीलैंड को अपने होम फेवरेबल कंडीशंस में बॉलिंग देना, वाज इट द राइट डिसीजन और नॉट? विनीत, आई विल स्टार्ट विद यू. विन द टॉस एंड क्वेश्चन मार्क, डू व्हाट?
आई थिंक वेदर पे नजर होना चाहिए. वेदर क्या है, बारिश तो नहीं हो रही है. But again, that Bangalore decision was quite surprising, yaar. You know, the conditions dictated you to bowl first. उसपे तुमने bat कर लिया. Here again, I mean, in Indian conditions, and as far as we have discussed about the pitch, you win the toss and you want to bat. You don't want to bat fourth in this kind of a pitch, right? So you have the first dig at the pitch. बारिश नहीं होगी तो it would be easy. Fourth innings जो भी खेलेगा उनके लिए बड़ी दिक्कत होगी. So yeah, the decision is quite straightforward, so to speak. But I don't know what if गौतम गंभीर चाह रहा है कि एक और चैलेंज करते हैं, दोबारा बैटिंग बॉलिंग कर लेते हैं, बॉलिंग करते हैं यहाँ पे. I don't know. But the decision should be fairly straightforward. Whoever wins should bat first.
Yeah, Taus, I remember before the first test match, I asked you in the preview day before that what should India do? Should they bat first, bowl first? You said that overcast condition, that take the challenge, you should put yourself in a tough position and bat. और वो थोड़ा ठीक हुआ नहीं इंडियन टीम के लिए. हम 2 दिन तक फिर उसी को लेके हमारा एज ए कलेक्टिव मेल्टडाउन एज अ नेशन हुआ है हमारा. बट योर थॉट्स ऑन दिस नाउ? विन द टॉस एंड डू व्हाट? विनीत सेज विन द टॉस, बैट फर्स्ट, डोंट बैट इन द फोर्थ इनिंग्स, इट्स नॉट गुड. व्हाट इज योर टेक इन दैट?
यार अब तो चैलेंज लेना पड़ेगा ही नहीं यार. यहाँ पर अब वैसे सिचुएशन नहीं है कि आपको चैलेंज लेना पड़े, क्योंकि आप वापस टर्निंग ट्रैक्स पे आ रहे हो. मतलब आपका इसका मतलब है कि यूर ऑन द बैक फुट राइट नाउ. चैलेंज कब लेते हैं? जब आप इतना कॉन्फिडेंस होते हैं अपने आप में कि यार मैं कर लेंगे, हम कर लेंगे. अब कोई कैसा भी कंडीशन हो, बाउंसी हो, वो कास्ट हो, यू हैव टू टेक देम ऑन एंड यू आर गोइंग टू फिनिश, कम अप विद अ टोटल दैट न्यूजीलैंड वोंट बी एबल टू चेज, और 2 इनिंग में खत्म कर देंगे उनको. ऐसा होता है चैलेंज अगर लेना था तो. 46 ऑल आउट वाज आल्सो अनफॉर्चुनेट. एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया होगा रोहित शर्मा या विराट कोहली या टॉप लीडरशिप ने वहां पर. दैट वाज समथिंग रेयर, आई वुड से. 36 ऑल आउट वाज समथिंग, वो लास्ट हुआ था वो 2021 में. इसके बाद ऐसा हुआ है, दिस इज आई मीन बहुत रेयर होता है. तो आई वुड से कि यार बैट फर्स्ट, बिकॉज अगेन विनीत said कि यार fourth day wicket is difficult to bat on and it's very difficult. Fourth के अगर आपने रैंक टर्नर बनाए दूसरे तीसरे दिन से मुश्किल हो जाता है बैटिंग करना यार. So let's go put up some target, first innings target at least. फिर उसके बाद see, it's not, New Zealand is not a loose batting side ना. It's a very, आप spin turning track भी डालोगे ना so they would score यार. They know how to score. They have they have got some experience of playing in Sri Lanka. तो श्रीलंका में हारने के बाद, despite having a very not a great Sri Lankan side, with all due respect, यंगस्टर्स थे, ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस नहीं था, बट फिर भी वहां पर हारने के बाद यहाँ पर इनके पास तो एक्सपीरियंस लेके आ रहे हैं. तो दे एग्जैक्टली नो हाउ टू प्ले ऑन दीज टर्नर्स, बट स्टिल दे लॉस्ट ऑन टर्नर्स. तो यहाँ पर भी हमारे पास एडवांटेज ये है कि यार टर्निंग ट्रैक्स है और हम घर पे खेलने वाले, वी हैव बेटर स्पिनर्स. बैटर्स तो दोनों इक्वल लेवल पे रहेंगे. कुछ खास मिरेकल होने नहीं वाला unless somebody comes out with an extraordinary knock, and I have faith in only a few batters who can sweep well. और उसमें मुझे लगता है न्यूजीलैंड को ज्यादा बेटर स्वीपर्स है कंपेयर टू इंडिया राइट नाउ.
Yeah.
सो या बैक
Yeah.
वाज
Well, we'll have to wait and see. वेदर की जहाँ तक बात की जाए, I'll give you the basic update. अब तक जो predictions हैं कि क्लाउड कवर रहेगा, रेन का इतना थ्रेट नहीं है, पासिंग शॉवर्स शायद हो जाए. कुछ 2 दिन पहले तो इट वाज रेनिंग लाइक एनीथिंग इन पुणे, बट अगले आने वाले कुछ दिन के लिए यू मे सी सम क्लाउड कवर लाइट का शायद थोड़ा हो जाए, बट पासिंग शाज है which hopefully won't disturb the match, but you never know about the weather. This is something you can't predict, just like Rishabh Pant's batting. You there's no chance that you can predict what's going to happen in the next minute. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. India versus New Zealand second test, which will be played in Pune. We have a comment here. We have few comments here. I think Ravi Shankar is here, who is giving his playing 11. He says, my playing 11, Rohit Jaiswal, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Sarfaraz. He plays Sarfaraz over KL Rahul, Rishabh Pant, Ravindra Jadeja, Ashwin, Sundar, Siraj, and Bumrah. Okay, Kuldeep sits out. Sundar comes in, and then Gill comes in. KL Rahul sits out. I think this is the only changes that he has made in the 11. Well, Ravi Shankar, thank you so much for sending your 11. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see. As I said, कि इस टाइम पे सबके अपने प्रिडिक्शन है, सबके अपने 11 है, और यही फन है कल सुबह 9 बजे टॉस के टाइम पे जब होपफुल इंडिया बैट करेगी अकॉर्डिंग टू ताउस एंड विनीत, देन वील गेट टू नो द प्लेइंग 11. बट इट विल बी an interesting test match in Pune, and we will soon see the playing 11, and then the action starts tomorrow. Thank you so much, Taus. Thank you so much, Vineet, for connecting with us, and thank you so much to all our viewers. Do subscribe to the CricketNext YouTube channel. ऐसे ही आपको और lives और videos आती रहेंगी, updates आती रहेंगी. Please do hit the bell icon, follow us across all our social media platforms. Until then, do take care of yourself and have a good night.